What is up, guys? It's Amir from Panelfly here, and we're going to be doing a little breakdown slash reaction video of the new House of Dragons trailer and the new Peaky Blinders trailer. Let's go. I'm super excited. Um, but before we do, guys, if you can like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz because all that jazz helps me out and I like being helped out. I like the jazz. I want to keep doing these videos. This is actually like my 73rd video that I've been able to post, at least on YouTube. I've done way more, but YouTube likes to screw you over. But guys, the last episode of the season for Night of the Seven Kingdoms is this Sunday. Super sad. And if you're Jujutsu Kaisen fans, we don't have an episode today. I did a breakdown for the last episode, but again, YouTube did some janky stuff. Anyways, which is crazy. um, and yeah, but it's cool. Like I said, for entertainment right now, besides obviously Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I've honestly there's really no other shows I'm watching besides JJK and Night. Um, I mean, I'm really just listening to the audiobook for Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, who actually my boss put me on, which is it's really good. I'm loving Brandon Sanderson, man. I'm going down a rabbit hole with him. It is awesome. He is really good, man. Wow. Um, and then updates on me for my comic book. I've actually found another artist who's actually pretty good and has been published, and he wants to do my graphic novel. And I'm kind of in this predicament because I have an artist for my graphic novel, but he wants to do it, and I think I might kind of pin them side by side and see who's the best. I mean, it's only going to hurt me because I'm paying both of them, so they're both getting paid. So I'm in a little conundrum. I tried to pitch my new artist the other comic book I've been working on, um, which I showed y'all, but he said he'd want to do a graphic novel and something fantasy and sci-fi based, and I was like, oh, I literally have that. Unfortunately, I have an artist for that, but he said, hey, let me take a look. He's very interested, so we're finalizing things, and I think I'm gonna try and do a little trial with him. But anyways, we'll figure that out, and I'll show you all the script for my graphic novel soon. I've just been finalizing several things, but anyways, guys, let's get into the trailers, um, and see what we got. You know what I mean? I'll play him first, and then I'll like do a little breakdown reaction of him. So we'll start off with House of the Dragons. Let me get my thing going. Hold on. Um, yes. So nope, not that. I don't know why. What happened with my thing over here? Anyways, you're good now. I'm gonna play it and then I'll kind of go through it. All right. So guys, If you don't see the trailer for the video later, it's because YouTube's already telling me they want to flag me. See, I just want to give y'all the content and the benefit of the doubt and give y'all good stuff. Um, but YouTube flags me, and I just don't have time to edit. If you go look at some of my old videos, I edited, and they're nicer videos and better, at least for the most part. I ain't the best editor, but I just don't have time for that. Unfortunately, I'm writing, I do these videos. I also have a side hustle, multiple side hustles. I also have a full time job, and I don't have the time to edit. I don't. So that's why I do these live videos now. So if you don't see that trailer, it's because YouTube flagged it and took the trailer out in the actual final video. So sorry about that. But nevertheless, let's break it down. So we start off with freaking Aemon waiting on the Iron Throne like he's the king, which your brother Aegon's the king, even though he is been ran away with the crippled. What's his name? Strong. I think he's a strong. He's the Lord Strong, whatever, because he killed his dad and his brother's dead now because he killed him. So he went away with Lord Strong because of obviously Aegon was burned up in the battle and he thinks his dragon's dead, which potentially may or may not be, depending on how the show wants to go with the book. But anyways, we open up with Aemon being cynical as ever and literally telling his mom, Allison, like, where were you? And I guess I'm assuming she probably just, tries to confront him, even though she knows he's kind of mad now. But she probably tries to console them and be like, hey, like Rhaenyra's gonna come in clean. There's not gonna be a war anymore. No one's gonna die, because obviously her grandkids have been killed at the very beginning with blood and cheese, and it's just been war and innocent people dying and this and that. She doesn't want that anymore. So she's gonna open basically King's Landing up for Rhaenyra, is what she's saying. And I think she truly means it. But now that Aemon's here, that kind of probably foils her plans a bit. Um, so yeah, just being as cynical as ever. I'm assuming she's probably gonna tell him. I don't think she's gonna lie, but we'll see. And then Rhaenyra is basically telling her council that Allison came to Dragonstone. She's gonna open up King's Landing for them. And then obviously her son is like, are you stupid? Why would you believe him? Like, why would you believe her? And obviously they used to be friends. So, I think that's why she has a little bit of belief. And I do think Allison means well. My boy Damon, like what? And obviously Damon has swore fealty to Rhaenyra because of the dream he had in the burned down castle. What's the burned down castle? Guys, I'm blanking. Comment below. I almost want to say Hogwarts for some reason. I feel like it does start with an H though. Harrenhal. Harrenhal, boy. And then I think that was Damon's daughter who's taking the role of Nettles. Raina, I think her name is. And here, Aegon is with Lord Strong, and they are. I think they do come back to King's Landing, but right now he's taking a little hiatus as he is badly. And this is actually, so this is interesting. This dragon right here is actually, I forgot the dragon's name. It is a female. It's blue. This is actually, I believe, Darren's dragon. And if you remember in, I think the first season, that Allison had another kid. Was it Allison or was it? I forgot. It was definitely on the green side. but I forgot whose exact kid this was. But he got shipped off to Hightower, and I do believe this is like the other the other brother of the Greens Targaryens family that we haven't really met. So he's going to be in this show, and he's going to be pretty important coming up. So that's going to be very interesting. Sorry, it's been a while since I've read the books, obviously, and you forget things. You forget things. This is Allison's cousin right here. Woo-hoo! That looks like Aemon's dragon burning up some people in Harrenhal. So it looks like he was probably heard that Damon was in Harrenhal, slept up in Harrenhal, and then he realizes they escaped, and that's when they take King's Landing, which we will see. Um, and so he's probably mad, and he just burned some random people. Is pretty much what I'm assuming would happen. So okay, so he Lord Valerion is looked pretty angry there or sad because basically the big battle of the season. I want to say again, it's been a while, but I want to say the Blacks do win it, or generally when no one really wins in the battle, but generally the Blacks win, but they suffer tragic loss, and it's going to be the big battle of the season, and it's going to feel more like Game of Thrones because finally at least we should have a big battle. This isn't going to feel like a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's going to feel more like Game of Thrones. Look at that. Aegon was just stabbing somebody. I'm not too sure what that is. So I'm assuming this is probably after Aemon is sitting on the throne right here. She's explaining like, hey, the blacks have a lot of dragons. They have more than us. Sure, Aemon, you have the biggest dragon, but they have more dragons than us. Which, things happen. And by the way, guys, season 4 of House of Dragons is going to be the final season of House of Dragons. So after this, it's only one more season. And um, yeah, I guess that's all I can say right now. It also sounded like Henry Cavill was going to be the next season of Night of the Seven Kingdoms, potentially, but that's not necessarily confirmed. But it sounds like he is going to be in the Westeros world, Henry Cavill. I don't know exactly in what. I bet. I don't think it's going to be in Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I think he's going to play Aegon the Conqueror in the film series that they're going to do. So we'll see. Woo-hoo! Look at that. They're showing the battle. So we're gonna have one big battle, and this is technically the bloodiest sea battle in Westeros history. Okay, we got Rhaenyra knocking on a door. We've got Aemon. Aemon's looking up. Potentially, he might see his dragon, Sunfire, I believe, is alive still, which actually happened in the books and changed the course. Didn't really, yes and no, but I don't know how the show's going to take it about. Woo! We saw Damon look like he was fighting somebody. I bet they're gonna be killing off. So the if you watch the books, I mean, if you read the books, that the blacks do take hold of King's Landing this season, and obviously that's what they're building up to. So it looks like Damon's probably fighting some lords or Kingsguard who don't want to pledge fealty to the blacks, and they still believe in the Greens, and he's probably killing them. Because Rhaenyra actually is a lot more cruel in the books, um, but the show's kind of whitewashing her a little bit. She actually like beheaded people that did not pledge fealty to her. She's crying because she's clearly got some sad news, and we'll find out what it was in the season coming up. The season comes out in June, so we have what, like 3 or 4 months before the third season comes out, and so not bad. You know, about say I'd say about 3 months from the end of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Give me 1 second. So not really that bad, but it sucks. Um, and that's House of the Dragons. I'm excited, man. Comes out in June. There we go. Um, so yeah. Now we'll go on to Peaky Blinders. Any final thoughts I have on House of Dragons? I mean, look, season 3, season 4 is the end. Comes out in June. I'm super excited. Um, I don't want to give too many spoilers away. Obviously, you know me, guys. I'll give some away, but I don't want to give too many away. And obviously, you never know what the show's going to do. Why is my hat doing that? Whoa. Um, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, so you never know what they're going to do, and I do not know. There you go. But I'm excited for it. And again, House of the Dragons, it's kind of like a mix between A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms and Game of Thrones. Not as epic, but still pretty epic, and definitely not as like adventure story as A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. So I'm super excited. I can't wait. We're going to be breaking down more trailers as they come. And now let's get into Peaky Blinders. So if you don't know, this is actually going to be a movie. It's going to air in theaters first. What I think Netflix does, air in theaters for the next first 30 days, and then goes to streaming. So that's kind of what they're going to do. Um, so we will see. But this is a movie. To be honest, if you thought I forgot some stuff about House of Dragons, boy, I forgot everything about Peaky Blinders. So this is going to be more of a reaction because I forgot a lot about Peaky Blinders. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so he still got the house. Dude, that girl is popping up. That girl, she's in Silo. She's in Dune. She's in a bunch of other stuff. She's popping. It's crazy because she's actually British and or English or whatever. in real- Tommy fucking Shelby, mate. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That is awesome. I love the Peaky Blinders. I used to be like obsessed with the Peaky Blinders. It's been a minute since I have honestly watched it. I'm really not caught up. I'm not caught up because I just forgot things. I'm caught up, but it's been a while since I've seen the Peaky Blinders. But I am super excited for that, guys. Be on the lookout for that. Again, that's going to be a movie, so it'll come out in theaters first and then Netflix on streaming. But with that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you here for the last episode of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And can't wait for House of Dragon. And guys, if you can like, comment, do all that jazz, please, 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 please. By the old gods and the new, I would appreciate it. But anyways, guys, I'll see you here in the next one. Talk to you very, very soon, mate.